A sleek, chrome-walled room. Renegade Jax, 35, rugged, imposing, muscular. Sits with Roxana, Astros' former agent, at one end of the conference table. The movie director, mid-60s, relaxed, casual, sits across from them, leaning back on his chair with his feet on the table. All eyes on Renegade.
Listen, I know how lucky I am to be here. I know how many actors are vying for this role. I can still hardly believe it. Playing the legendary Vance Powers in Deathbot Chronicles 3. Trust me, I'm grateful. Don't think I'm not. But I can't work like this.
Renegade, we knew taking on this role wouldn't be easy, but this is a major step up in your profile. I told you, there to be growing pains.
I know that, but...
But nothing. This is only the beginning. Deathbot Chronicles 3 is a sure thing. Soon, everybody will know the name Renegade Jax. Your career will skyrocket.
But this isn't just growing pains. I've stepped into a political minefield. Every time I go out in public now, I'm being harassed by Astro fans, the press, protesters yelling and throwing trash. This is already killing my brand.
Listen, Ren. May I call you Ren?
No.
Ren, we've handed you the role of a lifetime. Roxanna's right. The entire galaxy will be in the palm of your hand. There's an ancient Earth saying my old man used to tell me, never look a gift horse in the mouth.
Yeah, that's actually a pretty common saying.
It means don't let a good opportunity pass you by just because of a few little quibbles. Rennie, my boy, you're the face of Deathbot Chronicles now. You're the star. All that press and those protesting weirdos, well, they tend to gravitate toward a star, you see, and, like a moth to a flame. That's another Earth expression for you.
Sure, I guess. But the rewrites keep getting leaked to the press, and it's only adding fuel to the fire.
Ah, yes, I realize we've had to make some minor enhancements to the script since you've signed on, but it's out of my hands. Orders from way up the Teletele food chain. They say jump, and I say how high.
It completely undermines the original story. Why am I teaming up with the Deathbots to fight a rebellious terrorist organization in the Outer Rim? Why does the terrorist leader kind of look like Astro? It makes no sense.
Look, we're taking the franchise in a bold new direction. It will allow you to step out of Astro's shadow and forge your own path forward. Listen, Astro's departure left a hole. Hell, I still miss him. But give it time, and I promise the people will love you.
Feels like I'm just a pawn in a fight I didn't start. And I never expected this many people would be angry at me. I just wanted to play a straightforward action hero without all these strings attached.
This controversy is just noise. Trust me, it'll die down once people see what you have to offer. I mean, we're already lining up a sequel. This is your franchise now, Renegade. I mean, think about it. Exclusive deals, creative input. Think about the future.
So the rewrites are set in stone then? All of them?
Non-negotiable. I don't love it either, but we play the cards we've been dealt. Make this yours, and, well, you could lead the next 3 DBC films, maybe more.
More?
I'm not supposed to say anything yet, but Taratella is thinking about expanding the franchise. The Deathbot Chronicles Extended Universe, or DCEU for short. Imagine that, and you would be at the center of it all.
That does sound exciting.
You've got this, Renegade. Now go show them what you're made of.
All right, I'll do it. Just don't forget I'm the star. And when I finish this movie, I never want to hear the name Asher Jammin again.
All right, we pick up and are going to continue with the next round of Microscope here. And that means, Jeremy, you are our new lens.
Oh no. Oh
Good luck.
no.
Oh,
Good luck.
yeah.
Oh, yeah?
Alright, I summon the Space Kool-Aid Man. Oh yeah.
Why is someone's mech not that? There are breacher mechs.
Truly.
I mean, the Prometheus is kind of a breacher mech. I blow giant holes in things. It's just a matter of someone following through with that.
And they had like the Juggernaut skills.
Okay.
Sorry, go ahead.
So for my focus, I want us to focus on the costs of the conflict. Like, we have gone through how, like, there's been a lot of individual events, but I want to see how this conflict has affected the galaxy. It could be the human cost, it could be like a resource cost, it could be how individual systems have reacted to it, but I want to see how this conflict has influenced the galaxy, essentially. It could be broad, it could be focused, but this is what I want to focus on.
Cool.
Okay, yeah, interesting.
And so, to give you guys an idea, I'm going to introduce a new period in between the Corset counteroffensive and the battle that led to an uneasy truce, and I'm going to call this period the Bloodbath.
All right, let me make some room here for you so you can get your card in there.
All right.
Yeah, get a light token ready for this one because I'm feeling pretty
Oh
good.
yeah, right.
The bloodbath. Sounds like
So you're
a
putting it
nice
in
Christmas
that
party.
empty spot, right? Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Well, you're washing people's blood to get it clean. Light.
Wait, is it?
Bloodbath?
Oh, it's between the calm and the counter.
I'm sorry. It's between the Corset counteroffensive and the. I guess it doesn't matter.
Oh, it's one over.
yeah, it's the other-
Okay,
it's
one over.
yeah. You're right.
Oh.
Whoa, it's alive.
Okay. And I'm going to say, as an event. Oh, let me make sure. It's been a little bit.
That your period is blank so far.
Yes, my period is blank. So for my event, the first battle that the Noesis Mandate the first battle that the Noesis Mandate deployed the Paladins resulted in the highest casualties on both sides in the entire war.
Okay, so like the most.
So like in the call at the end of what ended the calm was Corsac developed technology specifically to counter the Noesis Mandate. As a result, the Noesis Mandate eventually calls the Crusade into action and deploys the Paladins. I'm saying, like, as part of the start of the Bloodbath, that first battle was it had the highest number of casualties in the entire war.
Gotcha. The bloodiest battle.
Both sides refusing to back down.
Yeesh.
Soldiers it is just really, really bad conflict.
The Gettysburg of the war.
Oop, I just accidentally yes, it was the Gettysburg of the war. I just accidentally removed the Bloodbath.
Oh.
I don't think you ever finished it because it never showed up for us.
Oh,
so
there it is,
okay.
yeah, you have to click update drawing at the bottom.
I never hit enter.
Oh, well, there we go. That did it.
Okay.
So for the Bloodbath, is it light or dark?
I'm voting dark, guys. What do you think?
We don't get to vote on this. This is
Okay.
you.
I love blood and I love baths, so I think it should be lit.
Well, okay. You do you, bud.
I'm a vampire who likes to be clean and relaxed.
Is that Astro Jammin' speaking from that one vampire movie?
Yeah. That was actually a plot. Cozy Dracula. Space Gettysburg.
Gettysburg.
Or Space Antietam, because Antietam was the bloodiest single day of the Civil War. The Gettysburg was the bloodiest battle.
If you can come up with a clever pun that incorporates the word space, go for it. Otherwise, I argue spaghetti.
Fair enough. Gettysburg.
I don't know quite how to simplify that, but I think that gets the idea across. The first conflict involving the Paladins had the highest amount of casualties in the war.
Well, what do historians call the first conflict?
I think they'll probably call it the bloodbath. I think it's just not just the period, but also the first
Also,
conflict
the
is the bloodbath.
inciting event. Yeah.
Yeah.
And is that light or dark?
It doesn't speak light to me, guys.
We have a lot of dark scenes.
This seems to imply that even though the Corsac counteroffensive happened first and eventually leads to the Noesis Mandate calling the Crusade to action, once that happens, that leads into the bloodbath, which is when the Paladins go ham and there's a huge amount of casualties. Is that kind of what you're going for there?
Mm-hmm.
Cool.
All right. I think I am pretty happy with that.
And that's your turn as a lens. You created 2 things on your turn.
Yep, he created a period and he created a event in that period, as is his wont to do as the lens.
As the lens, yeah. Lens is the only person that could do that.
And now we just go around making history one by one, and it has to be related to the costs of the conflict.
Yeah, and it could be a period, event, or scene. I think we forget we can create periods too. We just can't create the nested.
Yeah, at any point.
Stuff.
There's technically an infinite amount of room between each of these scenes. The book goes into detail and says, like, it may look like 2 periods have to come one after another, but that is untrue. Even if, like, you add a period in between those 2 things, it might just recontextualize how history looks at stuff, and you might have to, like, jump backwards through some hoops to justify it. Because remember, you play the game out of order, and, you know, effect couldn't precede cause in that way.
Yep, and that's why I wanted to create a period to add some more, interesting things going on. Well, I mean, poor guys participating in the conflict, but yeah.
All right,
and we need to, because that was the focus on not necessarily that period, but related to that conflict.
No, just the costs of the conflict, the Perseus conflict overall. So, like, it's like saying the costs of the war, like the actual, you know.
How it affects the people in any time period, how the people respond, just how it influences how people perceive the war and the costs involved in there.
So you said people a lot. Are you assuming, or are we assuming, that the cost is people related or company related?
It could be people or company, and I'm feel for
either side.
On either side. I am open to non-people related costs. It could be monetary or resource related. But I wanted to open with people because I felt that was the easiest thing to get the idea across.
And you can always keep in mind our palette. If there's anything in the green that we're like, oh yeah, we want to make sure that this shows up in our show. We can throw something in that involves one of those. That's as long as it's related to the focus, and the reds are things that we should avoid.
Okay. Let me think for a second here.
Yeah, take your time.
Spaghettisburg.
It's a good name.
Spaghettisburg is funny.
It's hard for me to hear that stuff and realize it has historical significance because I live so close to it that I'm like, that's just a place name. That's just the name of a place. It doesn't mean anything other than existing to me.
That's a fair point.
Like Spaghettisburg to me sounds like Picklesburg. It sounds like a festival where we're all eating spaghetti.
I know you say that as that's a made up name, but that actually is a thing.
What's up, Jay?
I think I've got an idea, which might involve another period, so we might need to move some stuff around.
I have the tools to do so.
I think I'm interested in this thought process a little bit and maybe fleshing out some events for it and stuff and see what you guys come up with. But, like, I think that when Corsac and the Noesis Mandate are fighting so hard that there would be room for other people and other factions to grow.
Yeah,
So
I agree.
In
Sure.
between Corset counteroffensive and the bloodbath, I want to put like I don't know how to word it. Revolutionary renaissance of sorts, right? Like criminal organizations, mercenaries, like the amethyst or maybe the dialectics or stuff like that have room to gain things, gain power, or gain something like that, right? Gain influence.
Have room to spread influence due to the focus of both of the major parties being on killing each other.
Yeah, right. Like if you're not under the lens anymore, then what can you get
Yeah.
away with, right? And what kind of events do those look like? I wonder, right?
I
So-
sure. Yeah.
Are you going for like something like the rise of minor factions or something like that?
Yeah.
All right, this is where you wanted it to exist, right? In that gap I've created.
Yes.
Perfect. Yeah, go ahead.
I don't know if revolution, all the way I spelled it, is correct, but whatever. Change.
That looks spelled correctly.
And if it isn't, oh well.
Oh well. I mean, it
I'm
does
not a
bug me.
spell check.
It does bug me the characters are lowercase, but that's a me thing.
Oh, it's fixed.
I think I fixed it.
Oh, you fixed it. Okay.
Yeah.
And then,
Well, let me
so
add
you're
a
saying
little
like
thing.
that's a cost of the conflict is partially like this would be like a cost to the people who don't want this renaissance to happen is like, oh no, we've taken our foot off their necks and now they can grow kind of thing.
I don't think cost means losing something, right? I don't think just because we've worded the cost of the conflict that way, it is a cost of the it's like a thing that happened, right?
All right, and then
I like
do you, whenever you create a period, you kind of give the broad scope of it, right? So you decide what it is and then describe it. A grand summary of what happens during this time. I mean, you kind of did that, like saying, the
I feel
rise
like I kind of did, yeah.
Yeah, minor factions.
I'm leaving
and
a lot of
whatnot.
room for growth on that, so I don't really want to explain a lot more of what
Okay.
might be in my head. So
Cool. If you don't want to get any more specific, we'll just leave room to define that via events.
go ahead and put a light one on there. I think it's up to debate a little bit, but I would vote light over dark if you guys agree. And not just because like we're playing revolutionaries in this game, right? Like I think growth of any kind in a war is potentially beneficial.
I think that makes sense. Not that our opinions matter, but I was thinking that'd be a light event, light period.
No, it makes sense.
It certainly
to me.
helps that it's sandwiched between the two that it is. I think
Yeah,
perspective puts it in a bit more.
It makes me think of those documentaries who's like, and while these two horrible things were happening, we're going to tell the story about what was happening behind the scenes and over with
right.
these other people and stuff like that.
Ken Burns is the Perseus conflict
May I
on
also
Space
propose that,
PBS.
May I also propose the historian from Monty Python and the Holy Grail?
Get on with it. All right, I think that's my turn. Unless I'm missing something. So Todd, if you want to go, I pass the
All right.
baton to you.
Very good. Let me think. I had a few ideas, and now that it's my turn, they've all left my mind. So let me just remember where my head was at. So focus being the cost of conflict. So I think I will want an event.
All right. Do you know which period you're looking at here?
Yes, in the Corsic counteroffensive. We're going to have an event, which is Corsic strikes at Noesis Mandate infrastructure. So
And remember, the big thing about events that's important to keep in mind with events is it's not just saying a thing happens. You also say what the outcome of that is. Like, what does that cause in a way? You know, do they successfully strike it? You know what I mean?
Yeah, great point. Yeah. So yes, it's going to be like Corsic strikes at Noesis mandate infrastructure, crippling their like supply lines and manufacturing capabilities for a time.
Okay, excellent. That sounds like a great event.
All right. So let me write that up. Corsic. And I'm going to put it before Noesis mandate calls the crusade to action.
That's what I would have expected.
Yes, indeed.
Oh yeah, give them a reason to call on the crusade.
Exactly, and we could probably flesh that out. Someone else's turn.
Are we allowed to ask questions, or
you can ask questions, but you cannot make recommendations.
Okay.
You have to leave room for them to answer your question.
Okay, the only question I have, and I'm realizing this could go in an interesting way. Does this attack have a name? Because I feel like this is a significant event that could get referenced in the future.
Yeah, well, we can give it a name. I'm sort of thinking it almost like a. I'm not gonna like
an offensive.
I'm not gonna get into details about like exactly how it plays out because we can make a scene for that. But I'm sort of thinking it's almost like a Pearl Harbor sort of scenario, like a surprise attack. So we can call it. How do I edit it once I create it?
You double click it and then go to text in the upper right hand corner.
Oh, okay. I'm just not looking at the tabs.
I thought the ambuscade itself was like the Pearl
It
Harbor.
is.
Yeah, this is the second Pearl Harbor
the counter
Pearl Harbor 2.
This
Electric Boogaloo.
At a much smaller scale. We'll call it the reckoning. That's what Corsic calls it because they're like, this is our just response.
Yeah, right after they develop the effective countermeasures.
Yeah. The reckoning.
I like that. That's a good name.
All right, I'm gonna take this and resize it and move it.
I was scared you were going to call it Spaghettisburg.
No, we already have our Spaghettisburg. Can't have two Spaghettisburgs.
I'm going to move things around a little bit so that it gives me room to do stuff.
That's fun.
Well, at least the reckoning went positively for Corsac. Otherwise, it would have been a very poorly chosen name.
Yeah.
All right. It's a violent sort of event. I'm going to say it's dark.
Absolutely. You got it, bud. Let's get dark with it. Some more costs of the conflict. Excellent. Okay. I have an event. Not an event. I'm sorry. I know I keep... you guys are welcome to create scenes. I know I keep creating scenes, but I just think they're interesting.
Todd, you're good.
I love the event you just made, and I'm immediately making a scene in it because it inspired me. That I had a thing in mind... And I was like, where does this happen? And I think during the reckoning is where this happens. So let me see, like, because I want to do making the scene in the correct order this time. Yeah. So state the question. Okay. Let me get going here. Okay. This is me stating the question is going to give a lot of information, which is exactly my intent here. The question is how, because I want to give it some drama. Does Melissa Buzz Honora escape from Manticorp successfully with her AI?
Oh, this is interesting.
Fascinating. Okay.
To set the stage, Melissa Buzz Honora has an AI that was part of the Vesalian medium experiments. The
Okay.
reason that she's been probing Todd's character for information about that is because of that connection. She is now going to try and escape Manticorp, and I want to see a scene that is whether or not that's successful. I have not decided what the future of this character is. It's completely up in the air. I want this to be dangerous in some way. I want her to have a real risk of failure, and we need to decide whether or not she gets out, and if she gets out with the AI or not. The required characters, as I'm going to require Melissa as a character on her own. I'm going to require an evolved AI that is her AI, affected by the Vesalian medium. And I am going to require a suspicious superior who has been seeing Melissa more and more do things that are out of the ordinary or shady or not the Manticorp, byline, who is like closing in on her while she's trying to effect this escape. So those are the three characters I want for sure. Otherwise, the scene can go any which way we want.
Okay.
So that is the stage. The stage is going to take place in, it is a space station that is near the front lines of the conflict with the Noesis Mandate. This is one of Manticorp's fronts on the war. They are very strong. They are not one of the three megacorps that, was fucked up during the ambuscade. And this is during the period of the Corsac counteroffensive. So the Corsac's really feeling itself and has a lot of resources at this point. I would say the vibe in this space station is very like, oh, we're taking it to them. Like, let's get to work. We have things to do. We have work to do. Let's kick these people off our doorstep kind of stuff going on. And let's divvy up some characters here. Let's choose characters. So we do this alternate to the normal picking. So we start with Todd and then rotate back around. And then we have three required characters that need to be chosen.
Okay, great.
So Todd, you get to pick first.
I will be the suspicious superior officer guy. I will come up with a name for him in a moment, but that's who I'm going to be.
Okay, can I... is the AI a character?
The AI is one of the required characters, yes.
Yes,
Okay.
indeed.
I'll be the AI.
If you give me 1 second, actually, I have a name for the AI already, and I want to give that to you.
Eduardo.
Adam.
AI was a popular character.
Yeah, a bunch of us want to be the AI apparently.
Oh, did you guys want to be the AI?
Oh no,
fine.
this is how the game works.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
we were doing everything.
No, I
correctly.
was about to tell him to get fucked. Don't worry.
I mean, fucks received.
So that means, Jay, you will be paying Leaf, spelled L-I-F. It is short for Leban Leaf. He is what is called by the program that he's created by a post-Diluvian level AI.
Okay. Is there anything specific about the AI that you want me to represent?
It has emotions and feelings like Jeremy's AI is getting. Well, the whole thing about the Vesalian medium that we're revealing here is that it is causing the evolution of the AI down pathways never programmed for it. It gives them kind of a organic method of evolution, not tied to their original programming. It kind of elevates them into full consciousness rather than AI.
Yeah. Yep. Gotcha.
And
As
so
was the palette I chose for new types of intelligence. This is the kind of thing I was thinking of.
Clever.
very good. So the Vesalian medium is like physically like in the machinery that
It is
powers
a
this AI.
catalyst. It is a catalyst that basically uplifts the AI, and it can go bad and it can go good, right? It is an untested thing. And remember, I haven't developed this yet. Corsac gave up on this program, and we have not figured out why they gave up on the program yet.
I don't know.
Okay.
I think Artemis hacking Corsac is a pretty interesting reason as to why Corsac gave up on the program.
Oh, no, I mean, this program was dead and gone long before you guys interacted with it. Remember, you found that old dusty manufacturing plant way beneath that planet? That was all abandoned. That was all, yeah.
I still remember
excellent.
Evelyn being like, yeah, I'm just going to reach in and grab this stuff with a cup.
And everyone was like, what the fuck are you doing?
Excuse me, it was a flask.
Cup, flask, whatever.
That makes it worth.
Todd, you should come up with some cool stuff about your supervisor character.
Yes.
Jeremy, Chuck, and me are left. We have one more required character, which is Melissa herself, and then otherwise you can pick whatever you would like.
Remember, you can also pick time, right?
Yeah, like the thing that drives the story forward, like a time limit or a thing that things need to take place by.
I kind of thought that was Todd's character.
Oh no, Todd I want is like a specific character. He could remember it's everyone's responsibility to try and answer the question. So even characters who are characters will be driving towards the answer. But time is a good option for when you have a larger group and you don't want to actually be part of the individual discussions. But every once in a while you want to chime in with like things are happening in the background, move it along.
Yeah, that way the discussions don't last overly long. 'Cause there needs to be some sort of
Exactly.
But
this game is
also-
normally balanced for like 3 and 4 players. Even just 5 players makes it a little bit longer than normal.
Right. And also, I don't think time is a required character. It's
It is
only
never.
when
You can make time a required character,
Right.
but it does not start as a required character.
the only required characters are the 3 that Bob mentioned.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
So what do you want, Jer?
So I am going to be a soon-to-be named scientist who has studied the Vesalian medium and its effects on AI that Melissa has had many discussions with.
Or is this character a member of Manticorp then?
Yes.
Okay.
I am going to name him Perry.
All right. Just write that down somewhere because I'll never remember that if you don't.
Perry, I have typed it in chat.
Okay.
Okay.
No, not the platypus. He is not a platypus.
Does he have a fedora?
Only if Melissa wants him to wear a fedora.
Okay. I'll go. I'm not going to be Melissa. I think I'm going to be a member of security for Manticore who Melissa has blackmail on.
Okay, cool. I like it. And then, of course, coming back to me, that means I have to play the last required character. So I will be Melissa Buzz Honora.
But does
Real quick,
Melissa
my
Honora wear a fedora?
She does not.
Fedora.
She does not.
My guy is going to be named Alan, by the way.
Alan. Okay, cool.
Okay. A couple clarifying questions. You might have said this already, but her AI, is this a known project she's working on in Manticore? Or is this like something she's doing secret, like side hustle?
So the Vesalian medium experiment was originally a secret experiment by Corsac. I think Melissa has one of those AI and is a refugee from that experiment. And Corsac doesn't know about her, but Manticorp does, right? It's almost like she stole information from Corsac and brought it to Manticore.
I see.
So Manticorp, obviously, is because Jeremy picked a character who's like a scientist who's researching it. At least one scientist at Manticorp knows about the Vesalian medium because Jeremy's character is researching it.
Okay. And my character may or may not know about it. I guess I got
That's partially up to how we play the scene. I didn't mandate that.
Yep. Okay. My character she will be named Eleanor Eleanor Beardsley. If anyone knows where that name is from, congratulations.
Amanda
She's
Beardsley?
She's a reporter at NPR.
Oh,
I'm
interesting.
Eleanor Beardsley.
All right, so we have our characters. We have Eleanor Beardsley, the boss. We have Leaf, the AI. We have Perry, the not platypus researcher. We have Alan, the security guard. And then we have Melissa Honora.
Who doesn't wear a fedora?
No, she does not. I think the scene starts with Melissa in the cockpit of her mech, which is not what you guys are used to seeing as a mech. It is more like a flying mobile platform. It shares more in design with a spaceship than it does an ambulatory mech. It is kind of just like a center, it has a cockpit and it has like jets in various directions and things like that. And then as the camera kind of rotates around it, you see why. And it's because she has an insane amount of drones. It's actually very similar to the idea Todd had with his 2.5 character, where she kind of builds her mech on the fly by calling in a bunch of drones to be the different pieces that attach to her kind of like torso mech.
Yeah, that's cool.
So she is in the cockpit right now, and I think it is her and Leaf, secretly trying to, away from prying eyes, finalize a plan to like leave Manticorp. We all good to start?
Okay.
And then you all can decide where you enter and things like that happen?
Yep. I got some ideas.
Cool. All right. All right, Leaf. This might be the only chance we have at this. Everyone's focused on the war. I don't see them letting us go any other time.
I see.
You sound hesitant.
I don't understand why they're fighting.
People fight for a lot of reasons, and I won't say I like either side. That's why I don't want to spill blood on their behalf anymore.
But they'll fight us?
Oh, yeah, they'll fight us. They'll kill us.
I don't think I want that.
Yeah, I don't either. You're very valuable to them. And there's a lot of people out there who don't know about you. But I know some people who know about things like you. And if we get away from here, we can go find them instead.
Am I valuable to you?
Always have been.
I like that more than being valuable to them.
Good. I
Okay.
like that. I like to hear that. All right.
You get an incoming ping. Someone's trying to call you from within your mech.
Don't talk about this. I'm going to take this call. Buzz. It's
Eleanor. Can you report to my office?
Yeah, of course. Anything going on? Something developing with the war?
Why don't you come to the office and we'll talk more? I want to get your take on some things.
All right. Yeah, of course. I'll be right there. Buzz just like clicks off the communicator in the cockpit. All right, Leaf, we need to be ready to go at any second. Can you get everything up and running while I'm gone?
Yes, but I think that he might fight you, so be careful.
Well, if I show up and I'm in a hurry, be ready to go immediately, okay?
Understood.
I'll be back soon. Don't worry about it.
Bye, Mom.
I think Buzz like smiles a little bit to herself, but then as she turns away, has this like sad look on her face as she leaves the cockpit of the ship. She gets down into the hangar bay and then starts to travel to Eleanor's office.
In the hangar bay, I guess as you're walking out, you run into Alan, the security guard. You got a plan, right? It's not just my ass is on the line too. You realize?
Look, yeah, it's fine, Alan. No one's gonna find out about the part you took in this. Trust me. Everything's taken care of. One good turn deserves another, and if you ever need anything from me in the future, you just got to reach out.
He kind of just rolls his eye, like, yeah, just don't fuck this up.
Don't worry. Whenever I ever screwed up before.
Oh, let me count. He starts like pounding on his fingers, and I imagine you just walk away.
Yeah, Melissa like walks away and then waves over her shoulder at him as she leaves.
If I could interject a quick scene cut, would that be okay?
Absolutely, please.
Okay, so we're in the office of Eleanor Beardsley. She's sitting in some sort of executive suite sort of thing, and she just got off the phone with Melissa, and then she picks up her communicator again and dials the number for Perry, the scientist.
Perry picks up and goes, ma'am?
Yes, Perry, is it?
Yes. Perry's the name.
Okay. Can you report to my office, please?
What is it for, ma'am?
Just report to my office immediately.
As you wish.
Okay. She hangs up.
Perry starts hyperventilating.
And sits back.
Is Perry okay?
Where is Perry right now? Like, is he doing in the lab, or like what's it?
He was in lab reviewing some data that had been given to him when he got the call and almost jumped out of his seat. Generally speaking, most of the superiors don't really contact him unless they really need it, because he tends to go a bit overboard with his explanations, and they're just like, well, just send me the report rather than speak to him. So he was really surprised when someone contacted him directly.
All right.
So do we pick this back up as Melissa arrives or as Perry arrives at the office? Who gets there first?
I'd imagine either you both get there around the same time.
Okay, so we just open the scene with everyone in the office, maybe?
Yeah, because that's what Eleanor intended.
Okay. Melissa comes in and does a crisp salute, right? She has all the mannerisms of like a soldier.
Eleanor kind of gives like a hasty like salute, like okay, let's get on with it, for piety's sake, and then says, please sit. You too, Perry.
Perry looks around, sees the chair. He's like, oh, okay, got it. I'll sit.
All right. So the reason I've called you here today is I've recently done an audit of our internal systems, and some interesting communications or logging has shown up on Perry's account. I had some of our internal investigators, look into it more recently, and it seems like the two of you have been working on something that you have not been forthcoming with leadership about. I don't know what it is, but I know you've been meeting, and I have records of some of your communications. I figure I give you the chance to come clean now, and we don't have to make this into a big thing.
Uh,
Come clean now, and the guns won't start firing.
of course, ma'am. I mean, what did you find concerning about it? You always tell us to make the most efficient use of our resources.
Well, indeed. And normally this wouldn't even show up on my radar. But the clandestine nature of whatever you're doing is cause for concern. We have, of course, security practices in place, but I've noticed you bypassing some of the internal auditing systems that we use to log our various experiments and communications between personal and internal staff personnel. And that is highly unusual. It's almost as if you're trying to keep something from Manticore itself.
Permission to speak freely, ma'am.
Yes, permission granted.
The truth is that you know what happened with the Flus Delta mission and the mess up there, the early contact with what we're now believing could have been enemy forces. I don't trust the Shalomester to run things.
That's not your call.
Well, I think someone like yourself would be better suited for that position.
Careful, Buzz.
Listen, I watched some of my friends die out there. That's all.
Eleanor sighs. She's been standing kind of pacing this whole time, and she lets out a long sigh and sits down, kind of puts her head in her hands and says, "Yeah, I know it's been tough, but I need to trust that I need to be able to trust my subordinates."
All right, well, she looks at Perry, and then in her eyes, Perry, you get the look from her that she gives you when she's about to drag you into something that you don't want to be dragged into. And she looks back at you and goes, "Truth be told, we just didn't want to say anything before it was ready, but you know about the way I do independent operations. What if I could increase my output by tenfold? What if I could be an entire squad?" We had some ideas about that, but didn't want to get anyone's hopes up before it was ready.
Eleanor leans back in her chair, says, "Okay, I'm listening."
We've been experimenting with expanding consciousness, and I'm sure that's what's shown up in the things that you've monitored already, what it looks like to grow and change in thought in a way you don't understand. And I'll tell you what, even on a small scale, being in 3 places at once is hard. But we, Perry being an expert here, has come up with a variety of ways that, what was it called, Perry? Partitioning? Please, you tell it better than I do. You're so good at the technical speak.
Yes, partitioning. We based it off of some tech that we managed to salvage from Corsac, where one person can, not take over, that would not be the right word, can control the consciousnesses of others who have specific chips and allow them to control multiple bodies at once. It's a very interesting concept that Buzz had me look into, and I believe that there is a possibility that Manticore can use this, both in terms of, maybe not military applications, but also our usual mining applications. One person can control the bodies of many, increasing efficiency.
So, we're talking about augmenting human consciousness. I've heard crank theories about this, of course, but I never knew there is actual progress being made in such a field.
Progress is a strong word for it. We're making headway, but we didn't want the rug pulled out for us before we could actually explore it. And you know how Cell is. I don't think he would give us the lead to research this the way we want to.
Or the funds.
Do you have any kind of prototype ready? Any sort of experimental data?
I mean, explorations, Perry?
I have an initial report prepared, which I can send to you. It's not much given the limited resources we had while trying to keep this under the radar, but it should give you an idea of what it is that we intend to do and provide hopefully some idea that may help us get the funds we need to go further.
All right, listen. To be honest with you, I don't think I could sell this to the higher ups. But I do like this application. If you loop me in on your progress, send me weekly progress reports, I can arrange for you to get the funds and whatever resources you need. But I have to be kept apprised.
Okay. Okay. Melissa really plays it up here like this was like the thing she wanted to hear. She looks at Perry and says like, Perry, we can do that. We have a chance to do this.
Of course, ma'am.
She looks at your character, Eleanor, and is like, you won't regret this.
Eleanor looks at both, narrows her eyes a little bit and says, I'd like a full demonstration of the work you've done tomorrow morning. 0800.
Tomorrow. Okay. Tomorrow. Can you make that work, Perry?
Yes, I can go make sure that our prototype is up and functional by then. Gonna have
All
to
right.
pull an all-nighter, but yeah.
Perry, before
okay.
you go back to your lab, meet me by my mech. I'll give you the latest flight data, and you can incorporate that into the prototype.
All right, that would be helpful. That will cut my work by. Perry looks at his sheet at least 25%.
All right, well, get to it then. Dismissed.
Thank you, ma'am. She salutes as she leaves.
Perry awkwardly stands up and shuffles out.
Perry, as soon as we're out of the room, I loop my arm around your shoulder to guide you to the mech bay. And as soon as we're in a place where I don't think we're being monitored, I say, you did good in there. How you feeling? You feeling okay?
You see Perry hyperventilating.
Okay, I expected this. Okay. Perry, tomorrow morning, we have to show off something that doesn't exist.
Well, I wasn't entirely lying. That data is present. It is a program that Corsac has that we are aware of.
That we don't have access to.
Yes.
Perry, I know you've been hesitant, but leave with us.
Maybe.
No, not maybe. Now. If we show up tomorrow morning and don't have what we promised, our ass is grass.
Then you should leave tonight.
What about you?
Don't worry.
She holds her hand up to her head and be like, listen, blame me, do whatever you need to, but once I'm gone, watch out for yourself. You've done more for me and Leaf than anyone else here.
Studying Leaf has been among the most interesting things I have ever done. I do not regret that. I only wish that I had more time to study him. Her. Whatever. Them.
Well, then I guess you're just going to have to come say goodbye. That's where we're headed anyway.
I guess so. I did tell them that we're going down to get some data from your mech, so let's head that way.
As we get to the hangar, is Alan still there?
Yeah, and like Alan is like fidgeting with fidgeting with some random device or tool we happen to find in the hangar. Doesn't even know what it does.
He like Melissa like just waves him over as they're walking to Melissa's mech.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, Alan, you know Perry, right?
I do now. Yeah, hi. Oops. Put out a hand.
Listen, Alan, I'm leaving now.
Fuck. Okay. All right. Okay, so how this is gonna work is, someone needs to punch me, and then take these keys. He pulls out It pulls out like a set of keys on a link, and unlock the console to open up the bay doors.
All right.
I'll let you guys figure out who wants to throw the punch.
I got this. I don't want to incorporate Perry any deeper than he is. Come back around in like 5 minutes after Perry's leaving, and I'll sock you one while we're over by the console. Do you have all the false data already uploaded to cover your tracks?
Yeah, I already got that ready. Just waiting to pull the trigger.
Thank you so much.
You owe me as I head off.
Say, as this conversation goes, Perry goes, "It's been good working with you, Melissa. I'll miss you and Leaf, but I think it is probably best if I head back to my lab and see if I can remove any data of Leaf from our system."
All right.
The less
don't
we
wanna-
know,
in the mech?
the better.
You don't want to come say hello first? She motions at the ship.
I go, "I would like to, but I think time is of the essence. Plus, I don't want to see violence."
I understand. We'll miss you.
And I'll miss you, as he heads back to his lab.
Yeah, Melissa returns into the cockpit, and as soon as she's in, she comes up to her console, is like, Leaf, we're leaving. Get everything ready. I'm going to open the bay doors.
I already started booting everything up when you walked in the hangar.
How did you know?
I saw Perry's face.
She like has a look on her face like she's surprised by this like level of kind of like self-direction. It's like, yeah, okay, you got it.
Do you want to know the chances that he'll make it?
Well, if you already know, yeah, tell me.
There's a 99% chance that he won't. And I think I might be overestimating it a bit using your abilities as a portfolio.
She like puts her hand to her head. I offered him to come with us, and he didn't want to.
No violence, right?
Yeah.
His will be quick. He won't see any after that.
There's no going back on this now. Let's just get this over with. And I think what plays out is over the next few minutes, and, you know, Alan, since this involves your character, I need your permission. But I think you come over to like check on the ship or whatever. Mm-hmm. And Melissa like pops down out of like the loading bay door. And like while she's falling, cracks you across the face while you're not expecting it, so that it's unexpected for you. So you don't have to brace yourself.
Yeah.
And then expecting that knocked you out, like runs over with your keys to the control panel and unlocks the hangar doors.
Sounds good.
She runs back to her ship, and then we see a console light up as Leaf and Melissa escape with some of the most valuable Manticorp tech that they maybe didn't even know they had under their noses.
Meanwhile, Perry returns to his lab and injects a virus into the computer, deleting specifically all information pertaining to Leaf and the data relating to the Vesalium medium.
And I think
Now-
that answers our question.
Yeah.
And the question is, does Buzz escape with her AI? Yes. And with her record deleted.
But you know what is interesting from this scene is the existence of Perry as a character being a loose end in a sense.
Totally.
So
Yeah,
yeah,
100%.
there's something interesting to think about.
Unless we bring him back in another scene.
And
you never know.
am going to call this scene light. While all the rest of the horrible things going on in the universe right now, this person finds a means to escape. And this was a played scene, so you guys get to debate me on that, whether or not you think it was a light or dark scene.
I agree, even though technically Melissa is my nemesis as Astro, so I shouldn't be rooting for her.
Hey,
But-
a popular storyline is enemies to lovers, man.
Yeah, that's true. And
I
Astro
feel
knows
like
that better than most.
I feel like a
could be
lot of
like-
things making her an enemy might have just changed.
She could still be like a shonen rival, like you're friends, but you're also rivals somehow.
Yeah, but I do agree with it being light. I think that makes sense.
All right, excellent.
Yeah, I
That
don't
is
disagree.
my history. I think that means I pass the baton over to Chuck.
I try to catch the baton. I fumble it for a sec, but I still managed to save it from hitting the ground.
And there was much rejoicing. Yay!
Listen, you can role play yourself being a badass. You don't have to be awkward.
it's such a far stretch to imagine being competent that it's like
Yeah.
I can't even fantasize about it.
That's impossible, Todd. We all know this. So I have an idea for an event. I'd love to make this a scene, but unfortunately, the event has to happen before the scene. It's a chicken egg situation, so maybe it's something we can revisit in the future. Under the period with nothing underneath it, Revolutional Renaissance. I'd like to add the event for. I want to say that the scavengers, like junk scavenging and black market trade, skyrockets during this period because the war has gone so long that scrappers have begun to collect the technology from both Corsac and the Mandate. And after these battles take place, there's like, oh, look at this free scrap of technology that we could repurpose or sell.
I love it. Yeah, it explains
Yeah,
where
sounds
these
good.
revolutionaries are getting all their equipment from.
It will be light. I need to
I'll reorient
add
things
space
for you.
Yeah.
I got it.
Okay, cool. I try to press enter, and then it
You need to put a character in. Enter doesn't count. So usually what I do is like enter hyphen
Yeah,
to like just put something beneath to push everything up.
gotcha. Yep. Okay, cool. And then if you could put a light marker on that, thank you.
You got it. And I think that's a full go round for Jeremy's focus, which means we get to choose a legacy. Chuck, you're up on your legacy choosing.
Okay.
It has to be something that appeared during this last focus. So any of the things that any of the five of us made, a part of it could become your legacy, that a thing that you want to come back to.
Yep, and remember, it's an event or dictated scene.
Okay, because I like the idea of the revolutionary.
Oh, I'm sorry. I jumped ahead to explore a legacy. You
Yeah,
first started
yeah.
picking a legacy.
You choose
Yeah,
a legacy
ignore me.
now that'll be
Yeah.
something anyone can use going forward. But then when you explore a legacy, you'll actually be able to choose whether you explore Todd's legacy, my legacy, or your
Yeah.
legacy.
That's right.
I see. I want to explore Revolutionary Renaissance some more, but you can't do a period if I read this correctly, right?
You can't create a new period. You can make an event in a period, or you can make a scene in an event, as long as it's a dictated scene.
Yeah.
But when you choose a legacy, it could be
your chosen legacy can be anything.
Yeah.
That came up during this time period, and the Revolutional Renaissance was Jay's pick this go round, right, Jay?
It was.
Yeah.
So that is something that
Oh,
technically showed up in this rotation. So if that time period, the Renaissance, is the thing that you are most interested in as a legacy going forward, that could be your legacy.
Okay, let's do that then, because I think it's really interesting and worth exploring some more.
To 100%, that's what this is for.
Okay, cool.
Let me actually give you a note for this because it's a different color than the default notes. So I'm just gonna copy the one I did and then blank out the text. Actually, no. Actually, you make it and then I'll update the colors and shape.
Okay.
That way you have control over it.
Yeah, unfortunately, there's not a banana yellow option.
They're gold, but thank you.
Fine.
I looked up the fucking hex code for gold earlier and I was like, what's gold and what makes it different than yellow?
And now, Chuck, you can choose any of the 3 legacies created so far, and then create an event or dictated scene that relates to one of those 3.
Yeah, so just to recap for our audience, Todd's legacy is why do citizens support the mandate? My legacy is nanomachine countermeasures, and Chuck's new legacy is the revolutional renaissance et al.
And refresh my memory, for a dictated scene, I basically just talk about
You ask the
what
question
happens.
and answer it, basically.
You ask and answer your own question. It's like taking control over a very small part of the story, right? It's like saying, you get to basically decide a thing as is a fact, right? Like, what is this? This is this. You know what I mean? And then give us a little scene that like shows that that's being answered.
Okay, I think I have something. I think I'm gonna work off of revolutional renaissance a bit more.
You can either add an event. I mean, if you want to do something in that period, you can either add an event that happens during the revolutional renaissance, or you can make a scene during the scavenger black market trade skyrocketing.
Let me add a scene.
Okay.
So, how I guess so the question for the scene, this is going to be a dictated scene, obviously. The scene is going to be, how is the what happens to the technology that is acquired from the remains of battle? For dictated scenes, like, would I just tell the entire scene by myself? Or?
Like the way I did it was kind of like as a very kind of like zoomed out, like tell about something that happened. Like I talked a little bit about, when are the countermeasures effective? I talked about how like, we see a conflict, where it's the first like big action where the Corsac just utterly destroys an entire battalion of Noesis men, right? You kind of just say, here's what happens. You don't have to like role play or play act unless that's enticing to you or improves on what you want to do in some way. But like, give us something in the lore of the world, in the fabric of the world that shows the answer to your question.
I see. Okay. I would say that, and I'm kind of ad-libbing with this, so bear with me a little bit. I would say that, so as previously established, there have been all this tech collected, and what ends up happening is these market spaces start developing, where there is sort of a blind eye to Corsac and the Noesis Mayday. Like, these are less visible spaces of the galaxy, or I'm not sure what the unit of measure is for the setting of this game. The system. There you go. Where basically this tech is collected and sold to the highest bidder. One thing I've been I think I know we didn't want to get to the outer rim systems involved, but I would imagine that those areas are probably going to have less attention if that would be a place for this tech to show up.
Not outer rim systems, more like we don't want big third party factions entering.
Like popping out of nowhere.
Edge of the galaxy systems are perfectly in play still.
Okay, and I think I'd be the best place for these markets exist since Corsac has a lower presence in these areas, and the Nuisa's made it's probably less interested as they are with Corsac at the moment. So these spaces in the outer rim become like these start having these marketplaces where tech can be sold and collected, and I think that these new factions that are standing up are taking advantages to arm up their own forces. I also think that the dialectics start taking advantages to some degree because I imagine that traditional sources for technology and equipment are drying up because Corsac's like, yeah, you need to help the war effort. We are buying up all the tech, so like more exotic and foreign tech is being collected from these marketplaces. I feel like it'd be nice to name a marketplace in particular, but for the life of me, I can't think of a name off the top
You
of my head.
have the power to do so right now. The thread of history is in your hands.
I know, but I can't think of a name. I'm terrible coming up with names.
The Akihara boat strip.
Why don't we put
that?
TBD in brackets, and whenever you come up with it, we'll know you have the power to name it.
Let's just call it the marketplace. I think that kind of works because it's
the
like generic.
Yeah, and it's kind of like the what's the word when a euphemism, right?
Yeah,
People will be like, oh, we're going to the marketplace. But what they really mean is we're going to buy weapons of war and death.
Exactly.
Yeah, I like it.
Thinking, like,
Capital
this
M
little piggy went to
marketplace.
market.
Yeah.
This little piggy got an AK.
I'm already imagining characters who would talk like that. Fuck.
Yeah.
Oh, I have so many ideas now. Great. That's what this was for.
Okay, cool. Then that is the legacies that the marketplace gets created on the outer rim systems for this tech.
All right. Yeah, go ahead and make your scene. Make it as like 2 different paragraphs basically in the text bar. So one would be like the question of like what happens to this tech when it's recovered, and then your answer would be it's taken to the marketplace, all capital, like capital M marketplace or something.
Yeah.
Because remember, it's the things you say that matter most. These cards are just for us remembering what was said.
Yeah, I'm typing these up right now.
Excellent.
Oh,
Good.
I'm working on it. Text.
That is a great idea, Chuck.
Ah.
Yeah, Trader Joe's.
You know what?
Can it be Trader Jim though? So it's nondescript.
So it sounds like you're just going to some folksy little place when you're actually buying like weapons of mass destruction.
Oh my god, they have salt-covered chocolate almonds.
They also sell that too.
And a disintegration beam.
In the same aisle.
Yeah, right. I mean, it makes as much sense as the tater tots and the chocolate-covered almonds in the same aisle.
Is that a sonic screwdriver? Wait a second.
You know what? Since I still have the power, I'm adding Trader Jim's to the lore. There's one shop called Trader Jim's.
Yeah, okay. the most exuberant scene we've ever seen. I tell you, I'm already thinking about things like, is this where people like the fucking weirdos from the job competition go now to get their tech and stuff like that?
From the contest?
You mean
from contest? Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, that's interesting.
And this would be, I want more light in my storytelling. So
it is a dictated scene. So you just get to does dictated scenes still get to just decide on their own? I mean, I agree with you anyway. But
yeah, I agree.
Yeah, I don't know the exact rules, but I think we all.
I think most things out of the revolutional renaissance, will probably be lighter.
Yeah, they're kind of the things happening off to the side in between this bloodbath. Literally, the period's called the fucking bloodbath, right?
Yeah.
Like, by contrast. All right,
Hey, man, I had to make a point, and I made my point.
The point has been made, sir. The point has been made. All right, and with that successful go-round, that is the legacy. That will be the end of Jeremy's round as the focus.
Yay!
Yeah, I like it. It's great.
This was a good round.
Huzzah!